Oh, interesting. I guess I will be using the thing that they sent with it. Matt, how's it going? So I'm officially broke now. I have $30 left to my name. Oh, that explains a lot. God, they are weird. Yes. It's not a Torx bit. Which, if I would have read the little paper thing that comes with it, I would have known that. So, I got it in MagnaCut with the Insingo blade shape. It came sandblasted. I brought it to Chris Reeve, the knife shop, and had them do glass blasting on it. So, yeah. I'm going to see if I can get them to remake one of these cards for me and have it say glass blasted instead of sandblasted and keep the same date. No. Glass. Okay, so sandblast, the sandblasted finish is a little more aggressive. And with the pants that I wear, it will always be aggressive. Which means that it will always continue tearing my pants apart. Well, that's an interesting choice. Yes, it will be next Friday. Next Friday, we will be doing the giveaway. And yeah, a little more like an eggshell versus sandpaper. Damn it, I put this shit away and then I gotta take it right back out again. J-Man, what's up? How's it going? okay? You do you, boo. Dang, it's just as smooth when it's taken apart as it is when it's not. First of all, impressive. Fine, pry bar time. I got a new pry bar. I just want you guys to know I don't enjoy this. Taking it apart in such a way. Oh, there's the, I already know exactly what that was. I'll admit I did not expect it to come falling out. I think luck has already come my way. All I want is to take this off. That is it. For anybody wondering what's going on. God, they just took this thing apart today. Some of this shit fits way too well. First of all, impressive. Second of all, slightly annoyed. Yes, you did miss the chance to say that. No, clip screws on one side. It's these two up here that are... I mean, I didn't want to take them out. I wasn't sure if I had to take them out, to be honest. Well, that's not coming out. You pain in my ass. There we go. Beautiful. Holy shit, that thing's huge. That washer's fucking massive. God damn. I just wanted to take the lanyard off. get a good look at everything. A lot of interesting wear sections. Yeah, the wear parts, specifically the one that I have in mind, this, that's very interesting. So it wears that instead of wearing the actual pivot. Definitely built to last. Anyway. Yeah, I don't like lanyards in general, so probably should have asked them to just leave it off when I got it back. Abdullah, what's up? Mad Yako, what's up? AB123, welcome back. I saw that coming. I will be right back. I need to go do something real quick. It's going to be a bit. I'm surprised one of you guys actually guessed what I was doing. Like, overly surprised. I never thought anybody would have guessed that. Congratulations, Mad Yako, you figured it out. No, I don't smoke. You think I'd stop a live stream to smoke? Really? No, Mad Yako is definitely right. I forgot to put oil in my truck. Yes, I indeed got the Sebenza. That was the Grail knife, by the way. There we go. Yeah, what are you thinking about getting rid of? Because I've been talking about getting rid of a shit ton of knives lately. Not to afford this. I was barely able to afford this. Oh, I can't help with that. You can stick it on Blade Binge, though. And I wish you luck. Believe it or not, the economy's not doing great right now. With that being said, people aren't buying shit. Okay, centering is off. We will fix that. Beautiful. Oh, it feels so much better without the lanyard. I really don't like lanyards. Beautiful. I've been waiting to get one of these for around 7 months. No, I will listen. It just takes time for me to move my stubborn ass over to a new platform. Look, I might do whatnot. I really might. Oh, Blade Binge is fine. I haven't had any issues with them. I've sold actually quite a few knives on there. I think 5 or 6 on there. Let me check. I've bought one thing, but I've sold way more than I bought. The downside of this knife that I have noticed that most people wouldn't notice, it has a burr on it. They left a burr on this thing. Fees on Blade Binge are 7.5%. So price with that in mind. I dropped the price of the Koenig. Instantly, I don't know what you mean by that. They take 7.5% off of whatever it sells for. It needs to be a little tighter. Beautiful. No, but I want to keep the factory edge for a bit. I mean, I don't know, it's the most I've ever spent on a knife. It's smooth though. Actually, after taking it apart and putting it back together, it's a little smoother than it was before. Which usually it's the other way around. So eventually I'll be getting one of their MIM clips for this thing. But there is something cool that I've noticed about this pocket clip, is this little bend right here. When you stick this thing in your pocket, this hugs the hem of your pocket, and it's just a little bit of extra retention. So I also talked to them about... Oh, shut up. It's mine anyway. I love this thing. I've been wanting it for so long. So yeah, I didn't spring for the small one. I ended up going for a full size. It is a lot less fidgety with the left hand, because you can't really open it with the left hand. It is a really smooth knife though. I've thought, I thought about getting the 2 lug, but so the reason I didn't go with that, I could have bought one. The reason I didn't go with that is it's got the same thumb studs on both sides, and on this one, if you push right here, it's just gonna sit there and stab you in the thumb. Glass comes in on Thursday, or it already showed up, but I'll be picking it up tomorrow, actually. I'll see what I do. So I'll show you what it's like to put a knife up for sale on Blade Binge. Okay? You go up here. You click sell. Okay? Like these are all the knives that I have up for sale at the moment. So what you're going to do is you're going to create a listing. You're going to click knife. Next step. You're going to fill out all this shit. When you put the price, it will tell you the estimated payout. Then you're going to go over to the next section, which will be you click save listing info, then it'll ask you for all the filters that will fit that knife. And then you'll need to upload pictures, and then you put it up for sale. It is 11:50 or 11:47. Now I need a small one. I have a problem. I have such a fucking problem. You know the biggest downside of the knives that I have that I'm selling right now? I'll admit the Blade Binge filters are pretty dumb. When you search Chris Reeve, other shit shows up for some reason. I don't know how they pulled that off. No, one is not enough. I promise you. I want a small one. The big one's great, but I want another one. That way I have a pouch, and if somebody steals the pouch, it's grand theft. Woohoo. Closing this thing one-handed with the left hand isn't fun. No, I'm not getting a Tonto. If they made a blade shape that I actually liked for that knife, I might get one. I need to find a used mem clip for it. I don't like Tontos. Pardon me. Looks like they don't have any on Blade Binge right now. It depends on your pricing. If you have things priced low, people will buy from you quick. If you have them priced high, it's going to take a bit. I've never gotten scammed out of something like that. As a seller, I've never had anything bad happen. But yeah, I just didn't want the lanyard on there, but I didn't want to untie it. Because I suck at lanyards. Yeah, I know. $580 after tax. 580 flat, by the way. Which I thought that was kind of cool. But yep, bought it brand new. I had a chance on Blade Binge to get this exact knife for about $100 less with a mem clip, and I kind of regret not getting it. But I don't know. I'm happy with it. It is a damn good looking knife. The only downside is there's not enough purple. This is exactly why um, you record. Yeah, basically. You record everything that you ship. You record it as you put it into the package, and then you ship it out. Anyway, $50 is a lot for a pocket clip, if you ask me. I record a lot of the things that I sell. I just sit here and put them on stream as I ship them, or as I pack them for shipping. Now, I don't put the shipping label on stream, but I think I kind of want. Does anybody make deep carry clips for this thing? I want one of the mem clips, but I don't know. Deep carry just. I love a deep carry clip. I don't know. I don't mind it. There isn't a whole lot of texture on this knife in general. Adding a little bit of texture. Well, I didn't look before I bought it, so pardon me. Fun too, what's up? Wow, would you look at that? They do make them. Not surprised. That's weird looking. Chris Reeve Modular V3 machined pocket clip. Holy fuck, that's expensive. That is kind of cool though. It's a two-piece pocket clip. Dude. With a glass blasted finish. I'm a poor man. Oh, this is gonna take a while to afford. Oh, chat broke. That explains a lot. Nah, I'm happy with the plain titanium. Hence why I didn't go with the any inserts or any whatever they're called. It's actually one of the least disappointing edges I've received from a knife company, which you'd hope so when you're dropping half $1,000. No, it's made in Idaho. Oh, dude, that That blade angle's great. I love that. Not bad. Very little resistance, which, for as thick as it is behind the edge, is a little surprising. No, I record. I don't take pictures, I record. They did. They included one Chris Reeve logo sticker. I'm not sure how you can patina MagnaCut. I'm happy with how it is. I don't like the thought of an acid wash. I like the light stone wash. Oh yeah, only one sticker. You'd think when you drop almost 600 bucks on a knife, they'd include more than one sticker, but apparently not. Yeah, because I want a 2-year turnaround. Fuck that. No, I kind of want to compare it. Holy cat, what's up? Nice. Oh, Titanium Tuesday is going to be fun now. Yep, sure. Whoa, now. This is extremely rare. Talk to Jim about this. No, this specific Kershaw isn't junk. It's part of my higher end collection. In fact, if you want one, I mean, I don't know if Jim's willing to sell his to anybody else at the moment. Anyway, Jim, I told you I was saving up for something. This is what I was saving up for. This is the larger model. Except I think the Zon's bigger. I'm not 100% sure on that. But this one is just about 8.25 inches overall. I'm thinking about getting a reblade for this. Just thinking about it. I'll probably keep that blade, no problem. Yeah, I just measured it. That's what this is for. I should make a channel called Beans Blades. Unless that actually is a channel. Now, I gotta check that now. Did I say the blade shape? It's an Insingo blade shape. Blade length is 3.5. Oh, thank God, so I said it right. Well, 3.6 inches is or something like that. I'm just glad that I completely agree. Spydercos are ugly, but they're nice. Dude, the Zon's fucking big. INSINGO. Just a dude, it's okay to be wrong. They're ugly, but they're comfortable. They serve their purpose. Yes, that is how you spell it. Stilettos? Nope, not my thing. Well, I don't own very many cold steels. Oh my God. Nice. Nope. Ballad songs aren't my thing. I should get all the titanium knives out. From Chris Reeve, this is called an Insingo blade shape. It is a sheep's foot. Okay. You have fun shopping for food, I guess. You know what the best part about me buying this knife is? I barely have enough money to afford the glass tomorrow. Like, I'll have to pay with cash and card. Nope, this is a dinner table. We do not put stickers on the dinner table. Yeah, long story short, apparently you can use glass and silica powder to flatten stones. GLASS. Because glass is extremely flat. Oh, I went to a glass shop. I mean, I have the Arius in the house still. But I've thought about selling my MKM. I don't know if anybody would want it though. Well, considering the stone's $100 and the glass is 37, I'm sticking with the glass. Bobrick, what's up? You were told the steak wasn't great? I'll admit, I've never had a Max Ace steak. Mm. I know nothing about this heat treat. The only place I hear about Max Ace knives is on Metal Complex's channel. I don't think I've heard about them almost anywhere else. Oh, I'm gonna love carrying that thing. I'm still gonna miss this, which is a weird feeling. It's heavy, it's bulky. They fit different wants. These two fit different needs in my life. One of them being the classic carry knife that you can beat the tar out of and it'll still keep coming back for more. And then just an absolute beater. Yeah, if you want one of these, they've got them priced around 500 on eBay. It's really fucking expensive. Made here in my home state. Well, record opening it. It's not a super common knife. I'm willing to bet that I know exactly where these people are getting these knives. No, not Timo. I'm willing to bet, other than them being dealers sometimes, the TSA stuff, a lot of them drop big money on TSA auctions. Like, I don't have enough money to buy an auction anymore, so I should probably stop looking at them, but what do you guys think about me getting a belt sander? Well, I had a thought a little bit ago, like last week, that I kind of want to buy materials and make reblades I do think it would be cool, but I need to figure out how much it would cost to have it done. Like, I'd have to outsource heat treating. I'd have to outsource. At the moment, I'd probably have to outsource quite a bit because I don't have a belt sander, and I was looking into them, and they're fucking expensive. No, you can't. I don't know. I was thinking like reblades for Spyderco, but not the insanely overpriced ones. I need to find out how much it's going to cost to make them. That's the most important thing. I've never heard of them. I don't really look around at reblades very often, so I don't know who I would go to look into this shit. Crewwear is not a bad idea. Interesting. I've never heard of Resurrection Knife Company. I don't know. I wasn't thinking for Crewwear to be the option. I'd rather something stainless, but MagnaCut is way too used. Like everybody does that. Every custom knife, every reblade, everything is made in MagnaCut nowadays, and I don't want to be like everybody else. No, 20 CV is, I don't know. I want to start cheaper. That's the problem because I don't have a ton of money, right? And I don't know how much heat treating is going to cost. But by the sounds of it, there's a company that'll do heat treating in my area, but they want batches of like 20 to do it. I need to get a hold of them, talk to them, get things figured out. I'm thinking something along the lines of, I don't know, let's get some decent recommendations. I don't like the thought of VG10. Feels too cheap. I'm not making scales. I am definitely not making scales. Thanks, Lou. I appreciate that. That was a great visual. I want good edge retention, but not. Let's see. Not poor toughness. Yeah, it's not very often I get the higher end stuff here on the table because normally I just can't afford them. I've been sitting here saving for this thing for months, and all of you guys who have bought things from me all helped pay for that. I'm not messing around with Rex 121. Fuck that. I don't have the money to go through belts. Rex 45, I don't know. That's not stainless either. You know, maybe 20 CV is the option. You've got the stain resistance, you've got the edge retention, you're just missing toughness. What would you rather be done, Aiden? You got to keep in mind, I can't afford all the high end shit right now. I'm going to be doing like one blade at a time. That's not stainless either. Dude, purple crystallized titanium on this thing would be badass. Yeah, typically I can't afford to buy a Spyderco and aftermarket scales at the same time. I love the look of crystallized titanium. What do you guys think of LMAX? I'll have to ask around on pricing to see how much it's going to cost. Yes, Sebenza. I don't know. I think I'm probably going to keep it the way it is for a while. I'm happy with it. LMAX just isn't used the way that it used to be. Uh, I don't know if almost anybody uses LMAX anymore in production. Yes, a zero tolerance. You know, if we're gonna have expensive shit on the table, we might as well have all the expensive shit on the table. And then the best knife out of all of them, bar none. Microtech just isn't my thing. I mean, the MSI I'm interested in. I was about to pull the mermaid out. I was thinking about it. Genuinely. As fortunate or unfortunate as it may be, Lou is one of the moderators in here. I have one of those as well. Alaska Bush Kid, what's up? That is mean, Lou. I don't have anything from Almar. Just showing off my new knife. Oh no. I don't have anything from Nemesis either. I have no clue. Thank you. No, I don't have anything from Smith & Wesson. I don't like their stuff. I'm a very classy man. I'm trying to sell off all my stuff that I don't want anymore. I have one Kaiser, and I'll be trying to sell that one as well. You'll be scared then. That sounds pretty scary. Alright, guys, so do you guys want to hear about the other knife that I bought? Since none of you have guessed it. Yeah, it looks good. I'm happy with my knife the way it is at the moment. And I can't afford to have it re-anodized. Well, I've already given you guys clues over the last few days. It's supposed to show up tomorrow. I don't believe it's going to. Because they shipped it FedEx. Of course they did. Fucking Blade HQ going downhill. Not that they weren't already downhill, but they're cheaping out. Okay, now. The knife is between $100 and $200. The blade is under 3.5 inches. and it is a titanium frame lock. That is today's hint. So I splurged on 2 knives in the last week. Technically 3, but you guys aren't going to see that one yet. A couple of you are going to be pissed off when you see it, though. Maybe more than a couple of you. I do not own anything from Tucson. And no, I did not get another Mako. The other one will be a clone, yes. I wanted something to play with. Should be fun, though. Tell you what, if one of you guys guesses the brand, then I'll tell you yes. I do not collect fixed blades, and no, this thing doesn't have liners. No, I couldn't afford anything from them. Ooh, that's a big hint right there. Oh, I looked at what you sent me. Oh, the brand of the real knife. The other one's a clone. I'm not going to tell you guys to worry about that. I bought 2 knives on the same day. I'm not going to tell you guys where I bought the clone, because that's not right. But the one that I bought from Blade HQ isn't the clone, no. Should I give you guys... No, I do want it, but... I can't afford it. I am broke. Literally, after buying this, I have $30 left. Holy Cat, welcome back. Oh. No, we're not doing it on this. I am old enough to do shit on the internet. I have $34 in my account. I'm not going on to Whatnot right now. I've collected since 3 years ago. It is a drop point. Release year? That's a good question too. Let me check when it came out. It's not a Microtech, nope. When was the... Oh, it was released. That's fun. In 2020. Yeah, once I get enough money to to spend on this thing specifically. It's kind of medium brand. I will be putting titanium scales on this. Yes, the Chips Reeve is my most expensive knife at the moment. It does not rhyme with Smershaw. Nope. That's a large brand, not a medium brand. Nope. I'll keep it the way it is. I don't know. I already got my dream knife. Right there. Now I just need a smaller version of it for fun. Handle material is titanium. It's a titanium frame lock. The knife that's showing up tomorrow is a titanium frame lock. It does not rhyme with Smidgard. Smidgard Smesher or something like that. No, the one showing up tomorrow isn't one of these. I already bought this one today. Or yesterday. And technically it's showing up today, but it's FedEx, so probably not today. I just bought it. And yes, I would definitely carry this thing. Dude, I waited a full 6 months to buy this thing. Thank you very much. The one showing up tomorrow is not a clone at all. It's not from Ramet, no. It is made in China, yes. I don't even know what you were trying to get on that one. I'm not saying that. Very funny, though. MSRP is between $100 and $200. It does not. I do have some Kershaws, yeah. If you want a Kershaw leak, I will sell you one. Just tell me you want one. It was on Blade HQ. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to write down all the hints so far. Yeah, I've got a couple hundred knives, or almost a couple hundred knives. It is on Blade HQ. Yeah, I'm not that old. You can tell it because of my soft, supple hands. You're guessing the knife that's showing up tomorrow, or today, or whatever. Man, shut up. Uh-huh. I often find myself questioning why you're still a moderator. Yes. It is not a Kaiser. I have not fixed the Mora yet, no. It is a QB. That should narrow it down quite a bit. Lou has guessed it. It is a fairly large knife. Congratulations. That was a fun game. I don't. I don't like karambits. They're not my thing. Anyone want to guess the color? They make it in a few different colors. I think it's pronounced Titius or something like that, but I'm just always going to call it the Titius. Because why not? It's a great name. It is. Exactly. Basically, so here's the reason I bought it, okay? It was $100. The Titius was. I wanted something to replace this. Once this thing sells, I don't think I'll ever get another one of these. Which is why I decided to buy that one instead. And no, it is not the Tiger anodized. I don't like flame anodization personally. Yeah, I don't mess with karambits because I don't find them useful in everyday life. I mean, at least I didn't pay full price on their website. $125 was a little too much for me. No, I don't. Do you know why? God, Cody doesn't even want to listen to my reasoning. I don't like the first thing in my bite to be something that keeps my mouth closed, basically. Eh. Leather isn't really my thing, personally. Like, I don't like things that force me to fight against my own jaw. It kind of depends on what it is that's made of leather. Like my wallet's fine, but there's just not a lot of leather in my daily life. Again, I don't carry a fixed blade. If I did, it'd probably be a neck knife with a kydex sheath. So, genuine issue that I had when I was a kid, throughout my teenage years as well, is my jaw would lock open or lock closed for hours, and I wasn't able to talk. I wasn't able to eat. I wasn't able to do anything with my jaw. And a chiropractor fixed that, and I learned what he did and was able to fix it myself every time that it happened since then. But my jaw, one side of my jaw is longer than the other. So that's fun. My God. No, exactly. Kydex is faster, and that's fine with me. I'm not looking for new mods at the moment. But yeah, one side of my jaw is longer than the other. So my teeth on one side have more wear on the other, or than the other side. I also have issues with grinding my teeth, and genuinely just a lot of issues around the jaw area. Check what out. God, it still blows my mind that I just have this thing in my hand. It's not that bad. My God. I think it's like a quarter inch longer on the right side. Eighth inch. It's an eighth inch longer on the right side. When I have my mouth closed and my teeth are touching on the left side, the right side teeth aren't touching. Oh, fuck off. I'm 6 foot. At least last time I checked. Yeah, I'm sure I could go buy a mouth guard too. No, I'm not looking for new moderators. I think leather, honestly, is just more maintenance. Like Kydex doesn't take any maintenance whatsoever, but leather does. And I'm not saying that I have an issue with maintaining leather. Obviously, I don't. I do care for this watch, but I'm not always in the mood to keep these things like this. Honestly, this thing probably needs a new strap. That was when I went out wood cutting with this thing, it was dry as fuck. You go talk to PETA about leather being cool. I'm sure they'd love to have that conversation. I mean, I do have, yeah, you have to keep leather moisturized. PETA. Palmer, what's up? How's it going? Honestly, you're not super far off, Lou. They are scary people. Is there anybody that's looking for a Benchmade infidel, by the way? I don't know. Every time that I open this, I hear the cash register sound effect. I don't know about you guys. Cha-ching. Just the whole culmination of the reason why I'm broke. I don't know what that is. I saw you talking about it, but I don't know what that is. Or are those little credit card knives? I used to carry one of those things. Hmm. I'm just not going to tell you the stuff that I use on my leather because if I tell you that, then half of the people in here that are subscribed will unsubscribe. I'm not telling you guys. If I told you, you guys would literally unsubscribe. It's not skin lotion. No, not corn oil. Is that a thing? Yeah, I used to carry one of those credit card knives. No. No. I have a feeling a few of you are going to unsubscribe when I say it. No. I'm not. It doesn't have to do with food. Go ahead, keep guessing. I doubt any of you guys will guess it. No. That's not a common thing here. Toilet water. No. No. I wish I was better at painting. I suck at painting. Tallow? No. Nope. I tried mineral oil. It did not work out. But no. Pee? No. No. No, no, and no. No, I actually use something. It works well. I'll just let you guys keep guessing, and when somebody gets close to it or actually guesses it, then I'll tell you. Jim isn't the furthest away from what I use. But no. Nope. I already said no to the KY. Commander. Damn, you got it. Oh, I didn't read that. Alright. I guess I don't need you as a moderator if you're gonna unsubscribe. Oh, I didn't see that. But yeah. You can tell how much I pay attention. Actually, it is because I like the smell. The stuff that I got smells like chocolate. The dollar store had some of that stuff that it's cocoa scented. So you put that on the leather stuff, and then it smells good. I don't know. Frankly, I never looked it up. I just use it, and it makes it nice and soft. And that's where that burr, right there. What do you mean practicing? I always talk to people. Well, then it looks like I stumbled onto something that works. Gospel, I recommend if you're going to pop in with stuff like that, you should talk to people first. Some people aren't interested in that stuff. Wasn't there a whole thing going on that the rapture was supposed to happen soon, and wasn't it supposed to happen like last month and it didn't happen? Well, that didn't work out. I know for a fact there's people that gave away their shit before the rapture was supposed to happen, and then it didn't happen. I can't tell you how all kinds of pissed off I'd be. I see. On the 25th. Well, I can still feel bad for people. Yeah, you know what I found very interesting about the Sebenza? I will back away quickly. I don't know who promised the rapture. I don't even know how people figured it was supposed to happen. Like, they came up with a day last month that, like, the 22nd or something, and shit didn't happen at all. You know what? I can agree with that, Commander. Chicken nuggets should be free. Dino nuggets should be free. I need to find somebody with more money than I have. Which is just about everybody, but somebody with way more money than I have to buy this off me. Thank you. Just bought it today. Yesterday, technically speaking, but yes. I've had it for less than 24 hours. and I love it. It is a great knife. To the dark side. You know what? If it doesn't sell on Blade Binge, I will stick it on Whatnot. You prefer a lockback? That's not a common thing, actually. Do I have any lockbacks for sale? Maybe. Surprisingly not. That's actually very surprising. I do have a Demco. It's a Demco Shark Cub in OS 10, and I hate it. Specifically the blade. The blade sucks. I like interesting history facts. Sure, why not? The cat's doing fine. Whoa, 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 whoa. Just a dude. I said interesting history facts, not fun facts. Nobody said they had to be fun. I'm doing fine. The cat's doing fine. I'm doing fine. It's all fine. All right, what's your fun history fact? But you better hurry up and spit it out this time. Yes, my cat. My cat deserves to have a small Sebenza in Singo. Fun fact, if you live in Boise, this, when I bought it, was sandblasted. I bought it yesterday. It was sandblasted. And then I brought it over to the Chris Reeve knife shop and they glass blasted it for me for $50. So if you're ever in the Boise area and you buy one of these, buy it sandblasted and then bring it over to them and have them glass blast it for $50 and you save $3. Actually, I already knew that. Every cat deserves to have a Sebenza. I agree. Anonymous, how's it going? No, I'm not. Yep, this is a Koenig Arius. All right, go for it. Tell me a history fact that I didn't know. I want to show you guys a small attention to detail. This is something that I've noticed that most frame locks do. School tends to be stressful, I can agree with that. Thought you were going to say like mainland America, and I was like, bullshit. So if you guys have any frame locks other than something from Chris Reeve, I want you to go grab your frame lock. Okay? I did know that. When you have your frame lock in hand, I want you to have it closed like this. You know, just closed. And I want you to run your finger along the frame lock itself up to the bolster area, and you'll notice that your finger catches a little bit because the detent leaves that section right there uneven with the lock face. But it doesn't do that when you have it partially opened. It is nice and smooth. Same thing with this one. When you have it partially open, it is smooth. A smooth transition from the lock face or the lock bar up to the bolster. But when you have it closed, it doesn't do that anymore. This one, though, has a smooth transition as is. But when you have it partially opened, it doesn't. Now, this is a very, very small detail, but I've brought it up to people that I know that I actually talked to about this stuff before, that I find it mildly, like very, very mildly irritating. Yes, exactly. Have I heard of Kenya knives? Funny. Wonder if people in Kenya actually make knives. Probably, but yes, I do. Oh, cool. Well, sure, I was wondering if there were like custom makers in the area. The only reason I didn't go with the Nkosi was because the Nkosi doesn't have this cutout right here. And I wanted the space to put my thumb next to the thumb stud instead of on top of the thumb stud. The guy that works at the pawn shop has two of them. So, yeah. Why, what? Well, I know by the name that the shenanigan is going to be a Ken Onion design. Bam, I was right. Imagine that. I don't like it. No, the dude that works at the pawn shop, one of my buddies, he's got two of these. He's a knife collector as well. He's where I get my stuff so cheap. Yeah, he's the person that I buy most of my used knives from. So when you buy something from me, you're supporting two people. He's the one that owns this one as well. Knox, what's up? Yeah, I don't like the shenanigan because of the steel. And it's a tip down only carry pocket clip. And holy shit, that thing's expensive. Actually, he's got his own personal collection. And he's the one that I bought. Give me a sec. Okay, you have fun on Twitter. He's the one that I bought this one from. He's the one that I bought my other PM2 from. Oh, so one of the first 1,000 then. Yeah, it's not my kind of knife. I don't like the VAF serrations. They're not my thing. Well, that's what first production usually means. It's one of the first 1,000. That's how it is for Benchmade anyway. I swapped the scales, and that was it. I needed a T10 bit, a T8 bit, a hydraulic press, and something else. Yeah, hydraulic press. I pressed the lanyard barrel out. Okay. Appreciate the shout out then. You have a good one. Have fun on Twitter. Oh, I've seen one of those. I can probably get you one of those if you're interested, but it's not my thing. Well, hell, that isn't priced terribly, but the blade steel is just stainless steel. Yeah, I think a pawn shop near me has one of those things. You want to guess how much they go for new? Or how much they went for? A little less than you thought. But yes, it is a close quarters combat knife, apparently. Whoa, wait a sec. Oh, never mind. You get a free titanium pocket clip with the purchase of any Kalashnikov off of Blade HQ right now. The Jin Rhino. Yep, the Jin Rhino is one of the most fidget-friendly knives. A Provoke Compact. I wouldn't carry that shit. But I don't like the compact or the Provoke series anyway. Yeah. Well, time to check eBay. No, guns are fidget friendly. They're just not smart to play with. Blade Binge it is. This is why you look into things before you buy them. And it has to be a compact. I'm not sure this one is a compact or not. Because the dude didn't. I know you hit somebody with a 44 Magnum, and it's not going to be feeling too good. So here's a full size one for $100. At least I think it's full size. I can't tell. Is the 4040 full size? Yeah, 4040 is full size. No, but I've seen the one where the dude is on a podcast sitting there fucking around with a gun that's in his pocket and it goes off. That one's a good video. 8.6 Blackout is a fucking nasty round. That projectile is huge and it's subsonic. I'll admit, I don't think AR-10s get enough attention. Like, everybody thinks that they're the same as an AR-15. They're not. AR-15 is very much small arms fire. AR-10s are chambered in the bigger rounds. Yes. Just a dude, I think you're like 10 seconds behind or something. But if you want to scroll down to the next live and then scroll back up, you'll be back to live with us. Oh my god, that was loud. No, AR-10s aren't 308. They can be. Oh, okay. Weird. One other thing you can do is you can tap on the screen and then down at the very bottom almost, it'll have a bar that you can slide on. You slide it over to the middle and then you click the live button over here, then it'll bring you back to live. Oh, you can get AR-10s chambered in just about anything. I've shot an AR-10 chambered in 458 SOCOM. You can get them chambered in 500 or 50 Beowulf. You can get them chambered in 308. You can get them chambered in a whole bunch of different rounds. Yes, I do know Donut Operator, or I know of him. What do you mean? AR-10 is just the light or the larger platform of the AR-15. The Arius isn't mine; it's a buddy's. He wants it sold, so we've had it for a bit. I think he's had it for 9, 10 months. I watch the Unsubscribed podcast every once in a while. I personally consider the AR-10 any AR style platform rifle that would shoot a round you would consider for a battle rifle, not an AR-15, not 223, not 5.56, not any of that crap. Anything that you would consider a battle rifle round is an AR-10. Brandon Herrera. I'm hoping he wins. I used to fall asleep to the Fatty Electrician's videos. Angry Cops is just funny. Like, he's just funny. The perfect knife hand. Who is KB? Oh, Kentucky Ballistics. He's a little bit special. But how do we get anywhere without being a little bit special? Let's be honest. It's perfect. It really is perfect. I still don't think it's fully set in that I actually own this thing. I'm going to be honest, I was kind of hoping the big nasty guy was going to end up buying that Arius. But I don't think he's that interested in it. I'm looking forward to the day that he loses. That will be a good day. No, I did not. I was going on a cruise when that fight happened. Like, let's be real, if Mike Tyson wanted to win, he would have won. but he got he got paid the big bucks to lose. Everybody knows, even at his current age, he would kick Logan Paul's ass, or whoever it was, Jake Paul, whatever. I mean, the dude made millions off that fight. Even though he lost, he made millions. But I couldn't imagine letting my reputation go down the drain for that. I mean, him at his age, maybe I could get it, but like at my age, there's no way. Like, the only thing keeping this channel going is the fact that I have a solid reputation and I'm not a turd all the time. If I didn't have a good reputation and the people in here didn't enjoy watching my content, I wouldn't keep going. There's no point. So I think I've made a decision on knives that I design. I will be taking inspiration from this. It's something I didn't even think about. Because yeah, I design stuff. Nobody's bought any of my designs yet, but I do design stuff. Folders. I design folders. Yeah, I've got a few designs on Instagram. I just don't have the money to be paying for decent 3D modeling software, so I use a free children's 3D modeling software that I've been using since high school, which means I've been using it for 7 years. A lot of practice, and I could probably 3D model this. Other than the chamfering, I can't do chamfering very well. Anyway, you'll notice on this knife, if you ever get one. Oh, they're working on it. You got to keep in mind that since they're not being paid to work on it, it's kind of sitting on the back burner. But what was the last message that we got on that? I'm not 100% sure I'm allowed to be talking about this. There we go. They said that they've been having a few issues with other products and have been trying to sort them out. So they've put the IGS on the side or on the back burner for a bit. So it's going to be delayed. This is just glass blasted titanium. It's a silver color in person. It's just I have yellowish lights. It is a silvery. It is definitely a beautiful knife. Damn well better be with how much money I spent on this thing. Anyway, the pivot of this knife has the pivot, and then it has a pivot insert around that. No, I'm never getting rid of this thing. This is one of my favorite knives. Anyway, the pivot in this thing has a pivot insert around the pivot to protect the pivot from the blade. And with that being the case, you can tighten down this pivot screw all the way and it's still smooth. This is tightened down all the way. And you can still flick it. Oh, this is definitely a generational knife. As long as you don't treat it like shit. I just gotta call them tomorrow and see if I can convince them to make me a new card for it, saying that it's glass blasted instead of sand blasted. Yes, but I could, as long as that's not a patent, I could definitely do that, and it would be a huge, huge difference with quality. That could be done on budget knives. It would bring quality up from your average budget knife to like top tier that quick, just with that one thing. And I would like you guys to keep in mind with that design that Jin's working on. Not only is it going to take time because they're not actually getting paid to do it, but um, again, I used children's 3D modeling software, not professional 3D modeling software. So they need to go through and redo a lot of the shit that I did. It is not a high quality 3D render at all, but it was good enough to have dimensions and specs. It was good enough to get a rough pricing estimate. Unfortunately, with current, it is a budget knife, yeah. It's a large, or not large, actually. We went with a smaller version. I think the blade is 3 inches. The original was supposed to have a 4-inch blade, but once I got that thing in hand, I told him nobody's going to buy this thing. It should be below 60. We were talking about bringing it out at about 40. He wanted 9CR, I wanted D2. It's his design, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it at D or at a 9CR. Company is Gin Knives. I think we're the first time that they are doing OEM work for other people. They will be dropping it. It is under their brand, G or JIN. If you look up Gin knife kits, it's coming as a knife kit. It is not a fully assembled knife. You have to put it together yourself. All right, we'll see you later, Anonymous. Have a good one. Nope. It is 1N. I just can't stop looking at this thing. It is gorgeous. So, fun fact, we haven't guaranteed this yet, but the IGS has huge washers rivaling that of the Sebenza. Like, they are massive, right? And if you guys have seen washers on these things, they are fucking big. Really, really big. I will, thank you. But we were talking about it, and I said, so I wanted it on washers, and Knives, I guess, wanted it on bearings. And the way that I designed it was the washers are massive, but if you wanted to do a little bit extra, you could put extra cutouts in the blade, and it could be shipped with both washers and bearings. So you get the option of the smooth feel like this, or you get the other option of a quick deployment with bearings. Now, I don't remember if it has. Okay, so it's a thumb hole only. I just love staring at it. I'm just sitting here staring at it. It's on my table. I paid for it. It's mine. It's exactly how I wanted it, other than the thumb stud is blue, not purple. Wow. I don't want it. He has a set price in mind. I can't afford it. I'm trying to sell it for more than his set price so that I get a little bit of a kickback out of it, but I should, but I don't want it. Just bring it over to Koenig and say, hey, like ask Bill Koenig if he wants to buy it. Give him a one-time deal of $1,000. Not that he's gonna care. No. Nope. I'm not modifying that thing. But I don't want it. That's my whole thing. I genuinely just don't want it. It's cool, but it's just not the knife for me. I might buy one down the line, but it's going to be a while before I buy it. And I don't want one that's black. I want one that's either blasted or a polished DLC. Cerakote isn't my thing. Don't worry, I'll tell him that. You know what I could do? That would be one of those times where buying a clone would work. That would be where it would make sense. Is if I wanted to make a series like that where I do stupid shit to a $500 knife, it would work out just fine. Where I'd spend however much on a clone, and then I do stupid shit to it. Yeah, I'd much rather do stupid shit to a clone of this than this. But it's the same thing with the MSI though. But everybody wanted me to buy a real MSI and modify it instead of buying a clone. So I'm probably going to end up with a real MSI and then cutting the blade down by 3/4 of an inch. I wouldn't. Nope. I could see how it would work, but I wouldn't buy one. I know they don't exist, or at least I'm pretty sure they don't exist. Um, it. My excuse is less blade life, but I'll be honest, if you cut down a blade that much, then either you're doing something way too abusive to it, or I don't know, or you sharpen it too often. Oh, a drop point? No. I don't like the drop point blade shape that much. If I'm going to spend that much money on a knife, I'm buying one that I want. And the sheep's foot is my favorite blade shape. And as evil as it sounds, I mean maybe not evil, but I don't think the drop point's even in my top 3 favorites. Sheep's foot, number one. Not even close. Reverse Tonto's next. And then I'll be honest, I actually kind of like the Spyderco Leaf. But if the Leaf wasn't an option, then I'd go Wharncliffe next. And then third would be drop, or fourth would be Drop Point. But it's not in my top three. This right here is number one. That kind of blade shape would be number three. I think the Endura is. Whoa now. I thought I was quite cultured. I washed my hands. Fuck yeah, it's ugly, but I still like it. Yeah, the Endura is also a Leaf. No, Wharncliffe. The dip starts back here and then just goes along the line. The reason why this isn't a Wharncliffe, also because of the belly, but it goes up and then down. A Wharncliffe would just go down. And that's either a modified sheep's foot or a cleaver. Sheep's foot. A clip point's good though. I do like clip points. It's just yeah, so I have issues with a straight cutting edge. As long as it has a slight curve, I'm decent. But as soon as it's a fully straight edge, I actually have issues sharpening it. I don't think that conclusion is the right name. Because that doesn't sound like a knife that they would come out with. Also, because I just looked it up and that wasn't anything, so. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that it wasn't even like the top three or top three collusion. I would have issues sharpening that one too. I do like the blade shape though, but I'd still go with my the Chris Reeve over that. So what do you guys think about me making an aftermarket Spyderco blade? It's just the flat edge. I have troubles with flat edges. It's the same thing with Tontos. Because they're flat, I have issues holding an angle. I don't understand why. I just do. I don't know. I'm thinking about making reblades in like LMAX or something. Do like a sheep's foot instead of a leaf. So it wouldn't have the classic Spidey hole, it would have a hole of some other sort. No, because then it's sticking up too far. And like it would literally be that big. Where it would go like this. And that's huge. I mean, maybe. Maybe. Let me go grab my other pair of 3 and we'll start drawing. I can't work with Rex 121. I don't have enough money to spend on belts to do that. The way that people have described working on Rex 121 is that you need to not give a shit about. No, I'm not doing custom handles. I'm doing blades. That's it. I don't like acid wash. I'd be going stone wash if anything. I guess it depends on who's buying it anyway. Brando, you're late. You're like 3 hours late. Yeah, but LMAX is stainless. Alright, you know what? Just shut up. Serrated. Pfft. Disgusting. Hey, Brando, look what I bought. I'm officially broke again. Before I just acted like I was broke, but now I actually am. Okay then. Good night. Okay, that's good enough. God damn, that blade's gonna be huge. No, I'm not writing this down. I'm drawing a blade design. Does anybody know what this hole is? Other than, oh, never mind, I know exactly what that is. It's for jigs to hold the blade in place. Holy cat, what's up? How's it going? Yeah, I don't know how I would do jimping other than like a file or something. Fair enough. So it'd be about like that. I don't like how tall the blade is. Like so it'd be about like that. About like that. What do we think? So what I can do is I can buy a small sheet of Elmax. I can have this cut out on a or on a water jet, and I'll have to figure something out about heat treat. Yes, but you guys actually get to watch me design these things as I do it instead of sitting there waiting for an update. Getting these ground and heat treated is the only issue that I have at the moment. I don't know who that is. I'd kind of rather keep it local. Shipping cost just adds on to the cost of the blade. If I can keep it local, then I don't need to charge as much. And frankly, I think I'm going to be keeping the first few blades that I make. Or that I have made, one of the two. What kind of heat treat job do they do? Yes, I have thought about making one of those. Just for fun. The other washer's sitting on top of the liner. Yeah, there's some grease on the other side of it, so it was just sitting there. So if I'm going to do this, I need to come up with a maker's mark. Yeah, they're legal, they're cheap. What's not to like about them? I mean, technically speaking, since you don't have to eggplant emoji. No, I want a serious. I want a serious idea for a maker's mark. So let's come up with a maker's mark. I'm surprised you even know what that is, considering the thing that you said in the previous comment. Genuinely surprised about that, though. A Q-tip, you know? E-Dog said Sebenzas are like tampons. Every pussy has one. But his previous comment was something about dick. I don't know. The Q-tip is a funny idea, but I kind of want people to take me seriously. And I don't think anybody's going to take me serious with a Q-tip as my maker's mark. It'll be cut before hardening. So I think it goes, if I'm not mistaken, cutting, heat treat, then shape, and all that shit. I dropped 580 on that one. You can get them for cheaper. I just didn't want the cheap one. Well, mine's glass blasted. If you get the sand blasted one, it's 500. And then tax. So for me, it would be 530, which is how much I paid for mine. And then I went over to the Chris Reeve shop and had them glass blast it for me. I don't like the backwards K. I don't think I'm going to go with the backwards K. I just wanted the knife. Frankly, I didn't need to fill out a, what was it, 4473 or something for a knife. Fair enough. We could go cursive. Oh, I've got plenty of Spydercos. No, Ruger makes some really reliable guns. They're just not great in almost any other fashion. They're cheap, they're reliable, and that's about it. So we could go full cursive. What? I'm talking about like the brick, the P85, the P89, those things. I've never seen one fail. They're heavy, and once you're out of ammo, you might as well just throw it at somebody because they're heavy. But I've never seen one fail. I don't dislike it, but I'm not sure. I'm taking that seriously. I'm not putting an eggplant on my maker's mark. I think it needs a little more, but I don't know what it needs. Never mind, I know exactly what it needs. I'm going to do this off camera. Damn, I put it in the wrong spot. I tried the K backwards. I didn't like how it looked. Let me go ahead and turn the camera off real quick. And I'm just going to draw this. That needs refined. But I don't dislike how it looks. It needs a crown. Now, a while back, I tried coming up with a maker's mark, and it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. And this looks like shit when you leave it like that. That looks horrible. Thanks to the light being reflected off of it. That looks like shit too, because the O doesn't line up. Very funny. Oh, why do I always throw shit everywhere? Fucking notebooks in the other room. I'll take my time to come up with a logo. It's just gonna be based off of what I like. And considering a few people thought that the channel name was KO for King of, which I don't know how they came up with that. My God. Fair enough. I have one knockoff, and I'm about to have two. Captain Knuckles. I hope somebody got that. There we go. Somebody got it. Thank God. Okay. I'm sure you do have an idea. I knew somebody was going to bring that up. Wow, that looks a lot worse than it did when I first did it. We'll iterate on this later on. I'm not worried about a 3D effect, to be honest. Oh man, mine was way better than your guys's. Mine's also way darker. Thank God for dark humor. Too bad you guys aren't going to hear it. No, mine's better than all your guys's, but it is dark humor. Not everybody's into that. Anyway, I like how it looks. It was killing orphans, but yeah, you got pretty close. Hooray for dark humor. Anyway. Nope, I'm not going with Q-tip. I still have plenty of time. I have no clue what you're talking about. The font is wrong. Bitch, I came up with the font. Other than this being slightly too far to the right, it is perfectly fine. No. No, my mind is just a dark place. Hot chocolate sounds good right about now. Ooh, ice cream sounds good right about now. French vanilla ice cream. Maybe. You're gonna have to remind me of that later. What's it even about? I've never had that before, in all honesty. I've never heard of either of those either. Damn, I can't even cut in a straight line. And there's a line right there. Oh, fuck off. It's good enough. Good enough for who it's for. Yeah, pretty much. Hank, what's up? How's it going? Welcome back. No, it was 580. I paid 580 flat. If I would have paid for the glass blasted one originally, it would have been 583. But because I bought it sandblasted and then they don't charge tax on labor, it was $50 flat to have it glass blasted. Worth it in my opinion, but go ahead and ask. No, $580. Well, I'm just about to end the stream, so probably in about 9 minutes or so. No. $580. Not 580,000. I will tell you how much I paid here in just a sec. Let me calculate this properly. $580 USD to pardon me. Give me just a sec. $580 580 USD to I spent 209,902. Zimbabwe dollars. Or if you want to compare it to when Zimbabwe had hyperinflation going on. One zero 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 zero. This is how much it was worth in 2008. In Zimbabwean dollars. That's an exponent. So basically, that is how many zeros is that? Copy. Google, tell me. That's 386 trillion. That's how much the Sebenza is worth. Indeed, in Zimbabwean dollars, this is $386 trillion back in 2008. Anyway, here in about a minute and a half, we're going to go ahead and end the stream. I might stick with that design. I might move to something else. Well, that's what Google's stupid ass... Oh, no. It's 3.86 times, in parentheses, 10 times 14. Or 10 times itself 14 times. So it is 3.86 with a parenthesis right here, 10 to the 14th power, and then end, parenthesis. And that's what the number is. Well, I just told you how it works, so I'm not giving you my Para 2 or PM2 or whatever. It is mine. That's another one of those that I'll never get rid of. Oh, the green one? Oh, yeah, no. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I appreciate you guys watching and buying stuff from me and stuff. Made it so I was able to afford this. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your night, day, morning, or whatever it is. And we'll see you in the next one. I will have fun with my new Sebenza.